He's not gonna take anything from her. It doesn't matter how good she looks. It doesn't matter what she offers. It just matters back to him. What you guys have to take from this video is always putting yourself first. A lot of females are out here dealing with different men, doing these things and getting away with it. So when it comes down to the one man that actually tells her this is not gonna get away with me, then it's a whole game changer. What is up, my viewers, baddies, and my bad mountain fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're gonna be talking about alpha males will always win, and I'm gonna give you signs, of course. So if you guys hear any noise in the background, it's my dog. Just to let you know right now. So you guys already know, make sure you check out my social media, make sure you check out my Patreon, and of course make sure you check out my other YouTube channel. So let's actually get into this video. So you guys know, we start from 5, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. So number 5 on my list for alpha males will always win. They always say no. They don't play that BS. Alpha males are not with the games. When a girl is trying to act up, trying to do this, trying to get her way, trying to tell him this and that, he's gonna straight up be like, no, I am not having it with you. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna let that slide by. So simply that means it's a no. Anytime a female comes into their life, and those are the typical females that we've been talking about, the girls that are for the streets, the girls that are thoughts, the girls that are for everybody, all those type of females that we ever mentioned, those type of females, when they come into an alpha male's life, he's gonna straight up say no. He's not gonna take anything from her. It doesn't matter how good she looks. It doesn't matter what she offers. It just matters back to him about everything that he's doing. He knows his value, his self-worth. He knows how high of a power he has, and he knows that he has nothing to lose. So when he says no to that female, he doesn't care, because at the end of the day, if the female decides to walk out, if the female decides to leave, he knows exactly that he's going to be solid. He knows he's going to be okay. Although it might take some time, it doesn't matter for the situation, whatever it is, he knows he's good. So for him, a no is an easy answer for any female. For an alpha male, it's like, no, and they throw it around like it's nothing. And you guys have to understand that you guys don't need to say yes to please a female. A no can honestly please a female, but it's all about how you bring it up and say it to a female, and that you can understand and make that female feel like, nah, this is not how it's gonna be. Everything, like I say all the time, has to be balanced out. So you guys gotta make sure that she knows her place, and you have to make sure that you know your place, in a sense that just because you're an alpha male, just because you have your guards up and you know your worth, all that good stuff, it doesn't matter. You have to still treat a female that has a high value. If you treat the other girls, everybody else that we talked about below, differently, then okay, good luck with you. But I'm saying a high value, don't think that just because you're an alpha male that you can treat them bad, and that just because you have a high value you're gonna get away with it. You have to respect yourself. You have to hold all that up, at the same time having a female hold that up and having her values held up the same way that she has it held up the same way that you do. 4th thing on my list is having a lot of females. Now I decided to add 4th thing on my list because pretty much at this point what is common is that a lot of females are not able to be wifed up. What's unfortunate is that you meet a lot of girls, and regardless of their trauma or whatever they have dealt with in the past with different types of guys, they are in a place where they cannot take a man serious. They're in a place where they do not love you enough to just be all about you. And so because of that, you guys are trying to be about one certain female. All the videos that I talked about, I said clearly, make sure that you're not all about her. Make sure that you're leaving her for the streets. Make sure all these things, let her go, let her leave, all these things. And I say all of that because you guys have to have multiple females, because of the fact that there's so many thoughts out there. There's so many girls that are for the streets. There's so many girls that you cannot actually try to tie down. So it's like you guys are taking girls that are not ever gonna get it so serious, and it's messing you up, tearing down your grind. You are not gonna get anywhere because of that fact. So when I say you have to have multiple females, I'm not recommending that for every type of man, in a sense of, if you want to actually have a serious relationship, if you actually want to grow and get somewhere with a female, you can do that. But I'm saying it has to start small and then it has to break down, and you have to let that all go. So I'm saying, like, try and error when it comes down to females, because it's so hard to find good girls for you, and it's gonna take such a long time. But what I always mention to you guys is, like, you guys, don't be chasing females out here. Don't, because a girl that is for you, she's gonna come along, and then that's when it's gonna be the time where you guys try to wife her up and make her be the one for you. So with that being said, when it comes down to number 4, having a lot of females, keep your option wide. Don't be so basically put on one female, because there's still a high risk. But when your full confidence is on her, make sure it's beyond the full confidence. Make sure it's too high, and that you are literally beyond 100% sure, because you don't want to get your heart broken. You don't want to mess up at the end falling for her, okay? Number 3 on my list is never taking anything personal. As an alpha male, you guys have to remember that as an alpha male, you know your value. Like I said in the beginning, or I said throughout all my videos, basically, you know your value, you know your worth, you know who you are as a person. So when it comes down to somebody trying to diss you, when it comes down to a female trying to tell you this and that, when it comes down to a female trying to boss you up, you know exactly your worth. So with that being said, you know nothing will be taken personal, because you know yourself already. And that's the problem. A lot of alpha males that claim to be alpha males, they'll say they know their worth. They say that they will never take nothing personal, but because the self-doubt comes in and all the other problems that I mentioned in the past comes in, it causes them to take things personal. And that's because they truly know they are not owning up, and they are not valued up to what the female's saying. So when it comes down to a female ever dissing you about something you do, something that you are, anything like that, and you actually take it personal, it's because you already have self-doubt. It's because you already know personally that you actually aren't worth that. And that's why you will take it personal. But as an alpha male, when you strongly know you are, you will never take it personal, because you know exactly what your value is. And that's why you'll never take anything personal. Next thing on my list is number 2, and this is dignity and respect. When you are getting abused, disrespected, manipulated, all those things that I mentioned, anything else that I haven't, when it comes down to a female making you feel like worse than what you are, or just worse in general, it doesn't matter. You know, as an alpha male, that is all that you are gonna be putting up with. You are gonna have your walls put up. You're not gonna wait too much, because already you got disrespected. And even if it didn't get to that case, as an alpha male, you know that you have all of this in you to say, this is what is gonna stop. And this is why a lot of females still continue to stay by your side. When you are an alpha male and you are telling a female this is not gonna happen, what you guys have to understand is a lot of females do this with other men. A lot of females are out here dealing with different men and doing these things and getting away with it. So when it comes down to the one man that actually tells her this is not gonna get away with me, then it's a whole game changer. And that's why when you become an alpha male, it doesn't stop you from becoming an alpha male. And I say the difference because a lot of guys think they're cut up for it. A lot of guys feel like, oh yeah, when a girl gets close, they'll be like, okay, push them away. That does not happen because a lot of guys feel that way, but they're truly not that way. I'm just trying to say, when it comes down to how you are and how you want to be treated, you stay true to yourself. So basically that means don't get your feelings too involved into the female, because what happens is you staying true to yourself gets pushed away, and now you getting closer to the women and being true to the women is what's push forward. So you get so close and you want to love her and you feel like she loves you, and all those emotions get involved, and what happens is that your dignity and respect goes down, and that's because you're allowing her to come in and push it down. And when you allow her to come in and push her down, your standards, your values, your self-worth, it has to come down, because when you look at her, you feel like this is all that you are worth. But you guys have to remember, as an alpha male, you keep it up. And if they can't stand up to that, if they're not willing to do all that it takes for that, you have to ditch them to the side. And I tell you guys all the time, make sure you detach your feelings from that female. Separate all of that. And once you separate all of that from that female, what happens. You are able to actually control how that outcome can be. Number 1 on my list is being on your purpose. Now, you guys already know I say this all the time. I mention this nearly almost all my videos about literally upgrading yourself, becoming alpha male, stop simping, all those types of videos. And you guys know exactly when it comes down to being on your purpose, it's basically talking about being on your grind, being about yourself. What you guys have to take from this video is always putting yourself first. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you guys give your girl a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down what type of videos you would like to see. Make sure you check me out on my Patreon. Make sure you check out my social media, and lastly, I'm forgetting things, but lastly, make sure you check out my other channel. Bye, you guys.